This is a power sequencer at the top. This is for the school to use. Essentially, it has a remote right over here. And so I can turn part of this system on and off by clicking that. You'll see it's flashing and it's about to turn off. This is for the school to use, so it controls a couple of things that they use. So this has to be powered on every time. Now that it's off, I can power it back on, come back on. This next switch is for the other half of this rack, which is all of this. And this runs through our UPS at the bottom. The UPS keeps everything working for us in the event of a power outage. So I can restart that. Next thing is our Gringo bridge interface. We're currently not using this, but this is what will allow us to do Gringo comm at remote locations that will come back in. It's sitting here. It will get used shortly. I haven't had time to get it all up and running. Next piece is ViPRNet. This is how we send our stream up. It's our router, our main router for the location. This ViPRNet has AT&T and T-Mobile and Verizon cards in it. And then it has a link to the school's internet as well. So we're able to send across all these different devices. Moving down, we have a pass-through for our networking, and then this is our main network for the entire place. So if you are downstairs and you look at the truck lines, if you look at these looms that have network in them, that network, all of that comes to here. So this is the heartbeat of our entire system. Without this, we can't do anything. Dante runs through this. Remote operational panels for our cameras run through this. All of our comm runs through this. This is our comm section on this side. Our ViPRNet school's internet runs through this. Our Makito encoders all run through this side of the ViPRNet as well. So there's multiple subnets. This is literally, if this thing dies, we have nothing for our service. Our Chaos runs through this for lighting. Everything nowadays is IP based, so that's our network. Next, we have a couple of monitors that we can check on. They are labeled local presenter and local stakes display. This is mostly for the school to use. So over here they have a little box that they can plug in two HDMI cables, and they can make adjustments based off of that. These are the converters for those. It takes the HDMI in, sends the SDI out, Pro Presenter and stakes display. And then these are our old school multi-views that we use. In fact, here's the multi-view right now. This is the Blackmagic multi-view in this section right here. That is this multi-view, and it takes our 4 cameras that we have scattered around and pulls them all into one signal. That one SDI signal hits our router. This is where it starts getting interesting. So that's a shelf. This is our Haivision Makito encoder. This is the main encoder for the locations. So all the location sends are coming out of this. Below that is our Teradek T-Racks, and essentially this is a encoder and then 3 decoders that we can decode our signal coming back from locations. So this is just a rack-based system that allows us to put a bunch of encoders and decoders together, and the decoders are receiving the signals from remote locations, and the encoder we're using as a backup to go to locations. Below that is an OpenGear box. Essentially what this allows you to do, allows you to put in frame cards. So we can put in a sync generator, we can put in a decoder, we can put in an embedder, we can put in whatever we want. It's just a convenient way to put in additional equipment. We have several DAs in there and other things, but essentially this could get built out really quickly. It just has a bunch of SDI on the back. Below that, this is the FS4. I talk about this a lot. This is what we use for audio embedding and disembedding onto the SDI. So we talked about how audio channels, we have audio on our board and we have a video signal, and we want to embed that. So we want to place that audio onto that video signal and then send that over the stream. So what happens is we have a video signal coming off the switcher, we have an audio signal coming off of our audio console. They both hit the FS4. The FS4 puts them together into an SDI signal that then goes to our encoder, and the encoder is able to send 8 channels of audio up to our locations. Below that is, this is the extra HyperDeck that I was talking about. This is our actual router. So this is a 32 by 32 router. It's an MFR 32 by 32. And essentially it has 32 inputs, 32 outputs. And then the router controller, it's the same thing that's in the other booth, is a router controller. I can select any destination and choose any input, and that gets us set. Again, to go back to the weekend default, I just click the with truck salvo, and that gets us back to where everything's preset. Next below that is our actual switcher, and this switcher is what is controlled by our control surface in there. It has 2 MEs plus several ME lights, which we can go over at some point as well. And then finally we have a power supply. So that is this entire rack. Any questions?